The story of Feanor's sons is a saga of ambition, loyalty, and sorrow, entangled with their father's burning passion for the Silmarils. These 7 brothers, Maethras, Meglor, Celagorm, Caranthir, Cirofin, Amrod, and Amras, are more than just followers of their father. They are unique individuals whose fates reflect the complexities of the oath they swore. Each of their lives interweaves the grand narrative of the First Age, echoing themes of loyalty and hubris that are both inspiring and cautionary. The Oath of Feanor, sworn before Eru Iluvatar, binds his sons irrevocably. By its power, they pledge unyielding vengeance against any Morgoth or otherwise who withheld the Silmarils. This dreadful vow, described in the Silmarillion, published posthumously by Christopher Tolkien, is a pivotal act of defiance that not only ensnares the sons, but also condemns them to lives of conflict and ruin. Its implications are vast, underscoring the peril of binding words spoken in pride. It is crucial to remember that their oath had no caveat for morality or mercy. A tragic flaw. Maedhros, the eldest, stands as a paradox within his family. Tall, noble, and intelligent, he is a natural leader. However, his capture and torment by Morgoth, a tale vividly recounted in The Lay of Lethien, left him scarred both physically and emotionally. His decision to abdicate the high kingship of the Noldor in favor of Fingolfin reflects a rare humility, setting him apart from his more fiery brothers. Maedhros' efforts to unify the Noldor during the Siege of Angband demonstrate his strategic brilliance, yet his adherence to the oath pulls him into moral dilemmas, particularly in the sack of Doriath in 506 of the First Age. Maglor, the second-born, is remembered as a bard of unmatched skill. His music resonates through the ages, embodying the bittersweet beauty of the Eldar. Yet his gentler disposition does not shield him from the oath's shadow. Maglor's role in the Second Kinslaying and the attack on Sirion highlights his internal conflict, torn between his artistic soul and the unrelenting demands of vengeance. His ultimate fate, wandering by the sea, lamenting his deeds, leaves an indelible mark of melancholy on the history of Middle-earth. Celagorm, known for his beauty and friendship with Orome the Hunter, is often remembered for his ambition and ruthlessness. His actions during the Tale of Beren and Luthien, particularly his treachery in Nargothrond, reveal the dangers of unchecked pride. Celagorm's refusal to aid Beren and his attempt to force Luthien into marriage betray the nobility of his lineage and exemplify the corrupting power of the oath. Caranthir, the 4th son, is marked by his stern demeanor and fiery temper, earning him the epithet the Dark. Unlike Maedhros and Maglor, who often sought alliances, Caranthir's personality was divisive, and he harbored disdain for the Sons of Finarfin, particularly Angrod and Aegonir. However, his pride was not devoid of merit. Caranthir was an accomplished lord, establishing his stronghold at Thargelion, a critical outpost in Beleriand. His alliance with the dwarfs of Nogrod and Belegos reflects his pragmatic side, as he recognized their craftsmanship and their value in fortifying his realm. Yet Caranthir's story is one of tragic oversight. The eventual betrayal and downfall of the Easterlings, whom he helped bring into Beleriand, underscored his failure to fully grasp the consequences of his decisions. His death in the Second Kinslaying further demonstrates the destructive arc of the Oath, turning even his pride and strategic vision into tools of ruin. Curufin, often called the Crafty, most resembled his father, not only in physical likeness, but also in his skill as a craftsman. Known for creating subtle and powerful works, Curufin's talents were matched only by his cunning. Unlike Maedhros, whose leadership was tempered with wisdom, Curufin's manipulative nature often undermined his brother's efforts. His influence on his son, Celebrimbor, the eventual forger of the Rings of Power, reflects the lasting legacy of his skills and ambition. However, Curufin's betrayal of Finrod Felagund in Nargothrond and his role in the imprisonment of Luthien reveal a darker side of his ingenuity. Curufin's inability to rise above the Oath's demands, despite his brilliance, showcases the futility of even the greatest gifts when bent toward destructive ends. The youngest sons, Amrod and Amras, are often portrayed as a single unit, yet their distinct experiences add layers to their story. Unlike their elder brothers, the twins are less individually characterized in the texts, leaving much to interpretation. Their domain in the southern lands of Beleriand provided a critical buffer against Morgoth's forces, and they were instrumental in the early years of the Noldorin campaign. Their deaths, however, are among the most poignant in the saga. In one version of the tale, as recounted in Morgoth's Ring, Amrod dies tragically during the burning of the ships at Losgар, an event that remains a chilling testament to Feanor's consuming wrath. This detail underscores the cost of the oath, even within the family's inner circle. Both twins meet their final end during the assault on Sirion, marking the conclusion of the Sons' doomed quest. The Silmarils themselves are as much characters in this story as Feanor's sons. Each brother's relationship to these jewels highlights the central tragedy of their lives. The oath that binds them is not merely a vow, it is a reflection of their father's fiery spirit magnified and twisted over time. The Silmarils' unattainability and Morgoth's taunts amplify the brothers' desperation, transforming noble elves into tragic figures consumed by their lust for what they believe is their birthright. Their eventual attempts to claim the Silmarils after the War of Wrath, leading to the deaths of Mathros and Maglor's wandering exile, serve as a grim reminder of the cost of pride. Even victory brings no solace, for the Silmarils reject their touch, burning their flesh as if to symbolize their moral degradation. The Sons of Feanor are bound not only by their oath, but by the complex dynamics of their brotherhood. Each of them displays unique strengths and flaws, but their shared loyalty to their father and to each other is undeniable. Yet, this loyalty becomes their undoing, as it compels them to act against their better natures and, in some cases, their own moral compasses. The events following the Near Nath Arnoidiad, FA 472, the catastrophic Battle of Unnumbered Tears, exemplify this. With Beleriand fractured and the forces of Morgoth triumphant, the remaining Sons of Feanor regrouped, their numbers dwindling and their desperation growing. Their actions during this period, most notably their assaults on Doriath, F563, reflect the disintegration of their unity. Maedhros, once a figure of nobility, is increasingly driven by despair, while Maglor's sorrow manifests in his haunting songs. The second kinslaying at Doriath and the third kinslaying at Sirion highlight the ultimate cost of their familial bond. In these moments, the brothers turn against their fellow elves, slaughtering innocents in pursuit of the Silmarils. Despite their differences, the Sons of Feanor are united in their downfall, illustrating how the oath overrides all other considerations, including kinship and honor. The legacy of the Sons of Feanor extends far beyond their lifetimes. Their actions shape the fate of Middle-earth in profound ways. Their betrayal of Finrod Felagund indirectly leads to the tale of Beren and Luthien, which in turn sets the stage for the eventual downfall of Morgoth. Similarly, their impact on Nargothrond and the dwarves of Nogrod reverberates through the histories of the First Age. One of the most significant aspects of their story is the exploration of free will versus fate. The oath, though self-imposed, functions as a binding force, reducing their ability to act freely. Their repeated failures to secure the Silmarils, despite countless sacrifices, suggest that some forces, whether divine or the consequences of their own hubris, are beyond their control. This tension between autonomy and destiny mirrors broader themes in Tolkien's work, such as the concept of doom, Umbar, which threads through the Silmarillion. Their story also emphasizes the corrupting influence of unchecked desire. While Feanor's sons begin their journey as noble and capable leaders, their obsessive pursuit of the Silmarils erodes their virtues. By the end of the First Age, the once proud house of Feanor lies in ruin, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of covetousness and the peril of binding oneself to a cause without regard for its moral consequences. The tragedy of the Sons of Feanor finds echoes in other parts of Tolkien's mythology. The fall of Numenor in the Second Age, driven by the greed and ambition of its rulers, mirrors the Sons' descent into ruin. Similarly, the dynamics between brothers, such as Isildur and Anarion, or even Boromir and Faramir, can be seen as reflections of the tensions among Feanor's sons. The oath itself serves as a precursor to the One Ring, another object of immense power that ensnares those who desire it. Just as the Silmarils burn the unworthy, the ring corrupts and ultimately destroys those who seek to wield it. This parallel underscores Tolkien's recurring theme of the peril of power and the cost of its pursuit. By the War of Wrath, Only Maedhros and Maglor remain. Their decision to steal the Silmarils from Eonway's camp is the culmination of their tragic arc. The jewels, however, reject them, burning their hands and confirming their moral unworthiness. Maedhros, overcome by despair, casts himself into a fiery chasm with one of the Silmarils, ending his tormented life. Maedhro, in contrast, casts his jewel into the sea and wanders the shores, singing laments that echo through the ages. Their ends encapsulate the ultimate futility of their quest. Despite their efforts, they cannot possess the Silmarils, and their sacrifices yield no redemption. Yet Maglor's haunting songs serve as a poignant reminder of their story, ensuring that the memory of the Sons of Feanor endures as a tale of ambition, loss, and enduring sorrow. The tale of the Sons of Feanor does not conclude with their physical deaths or exile. Their legacy reverberates across the ages of Middle-earth, influencing its peoples, histories, and moral lessons. Central to this is the way their story contrasts with others in Tolkien's works, such as the houses of Fingolfin and Finarfin, and the mortal men who rise to play pivotal roles in the fight against evil. The Silmarils, while physically distant from later ages, continue to hold immense symbolic weight. The jewel retained by Eärendil becomes the evening star, a sign of hope in the darkness, representing redemption and sacrifice, the antithesis of the Feanorians' prideful pursuit. The fates of the other Silmarils, one in the earth and one in the sea, mirror the fracturing of Feanor's house and the sun's varied paths: destruction, remorse, and wandering. This enduring significance of the Silmarils underlines the recurring theme of unachievable longing. The sun's failure to recover the jewels speaks to the idea that some desires, no matter how intense, can never be fulfilled without devastating consequences. Maglor's fate is particularly intriguing. As the last known survivor, his endless wandering and sorrowful songs serve as a timeless reminder of his family's tragedy. In the Second and Third Ages, the fading echoes of Maglor's music might be interpreted as warnings to those who dare to covet power or pursue prideful vengeance. Maglor's ultimate fate remains a mystery, a rarity in Tolkien's otherwise exhaustive legendarium. This ambiguity invites readers to imagine his endless penance, ensuring that his character resonates as both a figure of pity and a cautionary tale. In stark contrast to Feanor's line, the House of Fingolfin emerges as a beacon of resilience and measured leadership. Fingolfin himself sacrifices his life in a valiant confrontation with Morgoth, and his descendants, Fingon, Turgon, and Gil-galad, leave legacies of heroism and wisdom. This juxtaposition highlights the destructive potential of unchecked ambition and pride, as embodied by the Sons of Feanor, compared to the tempered nobility of Fingolfin's heirs. The comparison also underscores the themes of unity versus division. While the Sons of Feanor fracture under the strain of their oath, Fingolfin's house often works in concert with others, forging alliances that play crucial roles in the eventual defeat of Morgoth. Though the Sons of Feanor perish or fade by the end of the First Age, their influence lingers. Celebrimbor, the son of Carúfin, carries forward the legacy of Feanor's craftsmanship and creativity. However, his role in forging the Rings of Power under the manipulation of Sauron reveals the darker shadow of his inheritance. Like his forebearers, Celebrimbor falls victim to a grand vision twisted by external forces, leading to his death and the subjugation of Middle-earth under the One Ring. This connection between the Rings of Power and the Silmarils suggests an unbroken thread of perilous ambition, stretching from the First Age into the Third. The echoes of the Feanorians' mistakes persist, influencing the struggles of later ages and underscoring the enduring relevance of their story. The saga of Feanor's Sons is not merely a tale of high fantasy, but a meditation on universal themes: the corrupting nature of desire, the weight of personal responsibility, and the tragedy of potential unfulfilled. The Oath, while central to their downfall, also raises questions about the morality of binding commitments. It is both a testament to their loyalty and a curse that blinds them to reason and compassion. The personal dynamics among the brothers also offer insights into the nature of family and the complexity of sibling relationships. Their interactions reveal bonds of love and loyalty strained by external pressures and internal flaws. In this way, Tolkien crafts a narrative that is deeply human, even as it unfolds among immortal elves. The story of the Sons of Feanor is one of the most intricate and tragic threads in Tolkien's legendarium. Through their lives, readers witness the heights of elvish ambition and artistry, as well as the depths of their fall. Their individual arcs are woven into the broader tapestry of Middle-earth's history, offering lessons that resonate beyond the pages of the Silmarillion. As we reflect on their legacy, we are reminded of the dangers of pride, the cost of unyielding oaths, and the enduring power of redemption and hope. Though the Sons of Feanor are ultimately consumed by their tragic flaws, their tale endures as a vital part of Tolkien's mythos, a story as luminous and fraught as the Silmarils themselves.